Hello, we're taking a look at our 2013 Thor Ace 29.2 RV, and this is the main cabin area, the driving area. I'm going to have a lot of different instructions for how to drive a Class A. There are some tricks and techniques, particularly having to do with the tow haul button and using the third gear if you are in a situation where you need to go down a hill or stop suddenly. This is the main cabin area. This U-booth will turn into a bed, and the over here behind the couch is where you'll find the extra cushions for that. This jackknife sofa also turns into a bed. These are not quite big enough for a full-size person, but they will definitely house a couple of kids, and you could probably put one adult on there. This is the drop-down bed up here, as you see up above, which is operated here by the door. I'm going to switch to the door view. So this is where you would enter the RV, but just up above there's a key that allows you to, while the RV is not in operation, to drop that down, and that will fit two full-size people as well. This is the kitchen area here, and the pantry area. You'll see some of the items down below there, and I'll go over each one of those individually in a separate video, but some of the electronics for the rig are controlled down there. The television in the kitchen area here, you'll see it's pretty cramped at this point. If you activate the slide out, which is here on the control panel, your car needs to be off. The RV needs to be turned off. The engine needs to be turned off, and the parking brake should be also engaged. And you should also have at least the jacks should be down. The hydraulic jack should be down. In this rig, you have your porcelain sink. You have a pretty good size microwave, as well as a stove and an oven. This pops up in order to reveal 3 burners. The oven has to be pilot has to be lit manually. So just FYI, all of the burners will all light themselves. Just to give you a quick view here of the control panel, you'll see here the water pump is on. Can be left on, or you could switch it on just before you use the bathroom or need it. Other than that, it could be left off either way. This has a fairly large battery system that stores, it's 2 huge deep cycle batteries. The water heater, liquid propane gas, should be left on at all times. Make sure that your water is hot. The operation of your heating and cooling system, this right now is on heat. We're here in Alaska, so probably more than half the time it will be on heat rather than cool. And then the fan can be just left on auto. This is your slide extend here. So when your engine is off, you can extend that. This is the start and stop for your generator. The start usually is going to have to be held for about 10 seconds. You can kind of hear it smooth out, and at the time that it smooths out, you'll know that it started. You have your readouts for liquid propane. That's on 2/3. That's on 2/3. Currently, the battery is full. Fresh water is full. The black and the gray water do not read correctly, and this is a kind of a regular problem for a lot of RVs, that some of the sensors get clouded. But they've been dumped recently, and so they're empty. The bathroom here, not a lot of surprises. This you should always run with this closed, and then you'll want to make sure it's closed whenever that's in use. Down here below, I guess a lot of people, we don't have pets here, but this is a pet feeding tray. The toilet on this side over here is where the flush is. So you would step on that in order to flush. Lots of storage for your shower needs there. A whole bunch of bathroom tissue. So the light is here, and you also have a skylight in these. The lights can be operated at any time, anywhere throughout the cabin. And one of the features that is noteworthy is if you want the fans to turn on, you open them first, and then you would switch it to either hot or cold, depending on whether you're trying to heat or cool the rig. So here in the back, so this refrigerator freezer, just a push-up operate. It should be left on at all times. It does take about an hour or two to get it to cool off. I wouldn't set it on 5. Things can freeze in here if you set it on the coldest temperature. And then it should just be on auto. Normally, if your pilot is on and this is on auto, then your fridge will cool at all times. This is the bedroom area. There's a TV in the corner, and there are some electronics over there. Let's take a look at some of those. So that's a UPS, and its job is to provide Wi-Fi for extended periods of time. It will power this Wi-Fi system for probably a week or so at a time. Yeah, so this is the Wi-Fi here, and it's attached to the wall, but generally it will last for a long period of time. It's plugged in here on this UPS. The TV is plugged in just to surge suppressor, so it would only work while the generator is on. But this can be left on at all times, and then this should also be left on at all times. So that's the way that goes. We can go to the outside of the rig here, and we'll pick up there. So this is Alaska First Class, 2013 Thor Ace here in Anchorage, Alaska.